go. That's better. Hey, there we go. Okay, it's working. Chat. Okay. I need. Hello, Mr. No Dad, huh? You are very quick to the races. Hello, hi. How are you? How are you? The audio's fine. That's perfect. I just needed that link so I could create the post. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Let me send out all the notifications. God, I fucking love this thumbnail. This is such a stupid thumbnail and I love it. I dedicate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. You have class tomorrow? That sucks, man. Gotta send all the notifications. That's some cool artwork, not what I'm here for, but oh well. Yo, what up? What up, gamer? We're gonna be talking about games. Actually, wait, gamer, you might actually be very useful. You might be helpful in some of this. Because there are some Nintendo games on here that I know you've most likely played, but I have not. So you could probably give us some more insight when we get to those. Because when it comes to the Nintendo games, I'm basically just shooting in the dark. Because I don't even have a Switch. Okay. I think we're good. You could try. Cool. We have quite a list here. We have quite the list. Why is it? There we go. That's weird. Should I? I'm gonna load up lo-fi hip hop beats real quick. Incredibly loud.
Kupingiga poinga.
Hello. I've brought up the lo-fi hip hop beats so it's not completely quiet.
Background.
Yep, gotta have that background music. So, you see what we're doing today?
Oh my, a little too far from the mic. I can hear myself cutting out.
We are ranking Game of the Year nominees because I'm bored and just wanted to talk about video games for a little bit.
Testing.
Yes, it works. Hello.
Okay, now it's test.
Ha!
That's the game dial. It's not really changing much.
Hey, can you see I? Can I see I? Or can I say I? Can I see I'm... Should I even be streaming? I think I'm having a stroke or something.
Testing. I'm wearing my new headphones.
Ah, nice.
Oh yeah, that's bad game. That was bad game.
I just did. I said I.
No, that was bad game. Okay.
Okay. So we got the tier list. Where do we start?
We do.
Yes, we've got a tier list up. We've got the Game of the Year nominees.
Have you even played half these games?
Nope. I'm relying on chat for at least half of these.
Well, Overwatch can go on F immediately.
No. Overwatch at launch, from what I heard, was actually decent. I will tell you what is going in F. Fucking Death Stranding. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, do you have some beef with Death Stranding?
I just think it's so overrated. Like, it's a walking simulator. The story is barely comprehensible. Like, I will give it this. In terms of, like, giving the message of, hey, together we can
see a lot of these
overcome
games.
all this, like, nonsense or whatever. Like, there's a video I watched from Girlfriend Reviews. They said it much better than I can. They're fairly small YouTuber in terms of, like, the larger community.
We both have the same microphone now, by the way.
Cool.
We both got that big boy Yeti.
Oh shit, they're over 1 million subscribers. I didn't realize.
And I'm using my new that just literally just came in today. My new Bear Dynamic DT770 Pros.
Yeah.
That were $140, which caused Vincent to shit himself.
Okay. So yeah, this video right here, their video on Death Stranding, they go into, like, the best selling point of Death Stranding far better than I can.
Which is Kojima.
No.
Well, selling point, I mean, like, in terms of, like,
no,
marketing,
I mean, like, what you take out of it.
Oh.
Like,
in terms of, like, selling point, like, marketing, the number one thing that they kept saying was Kojima.
Kojima
That and Guillermo del Toro.
Norman Reedus and his amazing fetus.
And Del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Guillermo del Toro.
Death Stranding tried to be a movie and it failed. Basically.
Should we put PUBG in F?
Actually, I'm gonna bump Death Stranding up to D just because its one redeeming quality is such a unique and beautiful redeeming quality.
And what's that? Oh, Hearthstone and fucking F. Hearthstone and F.
Can we stay on topic, please? Fucking hell, man.
Okay.
I can't explain it for the life of me. Just go check out that video I was showing on screen. Basically, it's just like that when we come together, we can overcome anything, because there's a certain point in the game where, like, all the online components actually kick in, and, like, everyone else's contributions show up and make the game 1,000,000 times easier. And, like, that's a really cool message and a unique way to say that message through, you know, the medium of gaming. Other than that, the game just sucks. It's so bad.
Hearthstone goes in F.
I've never even heard of Hearthstone. Please elaborate.
It's a Blizzard mobile card game.
F tier.
That should give...
That's just F tier. That's all you need to say. Just F tier.
Blizzard mobile and card games should never go in the same sentence.
Yeah. Overwatch is like C tier nowadays. Hearthstone is mediocre best.
Well, no, Overwatch is zero. Overwatch is Z tier because you can't play it anymore. You can't play Overwatch anymore because they shut down the servers to make you play Overwatch 2.
Okay, what were the 2014 nominees? Game of the Year 2014 nominees. Hearthstone was
if
one
you want to
of
play Hearthstone, guys, if you want to play Hearthstone, hope you got $100 on you just for one good pack.
I'd like to point out Dark Souls 2 came out that year, and Shadow of Mordor, Bayonetta 2, Dragon Age
Dark Souls 2.
Inquisition.
Why is it using a screenshot? No, shut up. Why is Dark Souls 2 using the cover art of Dark Souls 1? That's Artorias.
Hope see that's Google. Anyways,
the last sentence I said is probably Greek to you because you haven't played the masterpiece that is any of the Souls games aside from Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, speaking of Elden Ring, there it is.
You've played Elden Ring, I haven't, so I would say S tier just because my boy Blide, but that's biased.
Well,
And
since
also
we're
because
gonna
of a
mention
huge-
it right now, yeah, I'd put it in S tier. I fucking love this game.
Let's start from
It's so good.
These are like out of order. Or Celeste. What year was Celeste?
I
And
just
like
want to point out, I
Assassin's
got
Creed
a
Odyssey.
DM from Connor. He said every single game for 2014 was great, other than Hearthstone.
Assassin's
Completely
Creed
agree.
Odyssey. I'm sure if Connor was here, would tell you to put Assassin's Creed Odyssey in F because he says the last good playable one was Origins.
Honestly, I don't even think he's played Odyssey.
I think Odyssey is another one of those ones where you have to pay for the damage boost in XP packs just to win.
Do you really? Oh.
From what I've heard.
Oh.
So let's put that in F tier.
I mean, I might do a bit of research towards the end of the stream to get a better idea of that game, but if
For
that's
now.
true, Assassin's Creed Odyssey doesn't deserve to be an Assassin's Creed game. Okay, yep, there's Connor.
Celeste.
There it is.
We have to. Okay, that's a hard thing. That's hard. This is difficult
Are we
because
just
a lot
gonna
of these.
go through the list normally now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was about to get to Celeste. Now, things with like Celeste and Inside and It Takes Two, and games like that are hard to rank in terms of this because they're indie games. So I feel like they're in a completely different league.
I have Inside on my Xbox, I just haven't booted it up ever.
Same. I've seen a playthrough, and it feels like one of those games. You know the movies well, probably Connor thinks I like, where you don't understand anything that's going on, but you feel like there's supposed to be something artsy being said.
So like a Souls game, but a movie.
No, I feel like Souls is different in that way. I mean, like movies where you can't, like The Lighthouse, where you can't tell what's going on, but you feel like there's a deeper meaning to it.
Game
Inside
about
is
climbing a
that.
mountain.
Inside is that.
Also, don't mind me, I'm watching the trailer for Celeste because I've never heard of this game before.
The creator of the game, or the lead developer, or whatever you say for gaming, whatever word you use for that,
I
confirmed.
see. It's a 2D platformer parkour game. I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was really special that year because this was one of the first times ever that an indie game was nominated for Game of the Year. So it was really important.
I just put Celeste in A because it's just really well made and beautiful. I mean...
Also, the creator of the game confirmed, or lead developer, or again, whatever lingo you use for gaming, was confirmed on Twitter, I think, or maybe confirmed somewhere else, I don't know, that the protagonist of the game is trans femme, male to female transgender.
Celeste is a solid C tier.
Good for you.
Gamer said it's A tier. I'm gonna split it down the middle, go
B tier.
Yeah.
I
Because
don't play
I've
many
seen
platformers.
similar games to this, so I'm assuming it's it looks well made.
It's a good thing you have me here because I'm the only one who can give you context on the Souls games and the Resident Evil games.
Wait, Resident Evil's on this list? Oh shit, yeah, Village is right there. Yeah. Okay.
And Resident Evil 2 remake.
Isn't
which
2
I've played-
remake like a completely different genre from the original?
We'll get to that. I'll explain later. Animal Crossing New Horizons, neither of us have played because I'm not buying into Nintendo's bullshit, and also because I don't have infinite hours to spend on Animal Crossing.
I've seen gameplay of Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Games like Animal Crossing,
fucking boring.
That's what I was about to say. Animal Crossing in game. Can I say what I was gonna say?
Yeah.
Animal Crossing and games like Animal Crossing are games that fill me with dread because I'm a person that does not have infinite time on their hands and does not have umpteen hours to just play around with Animal Crossing. So games like that have completionist time ears of like 500 hours fill my soul with dread and just like completely just put me off of ever picking them up ever. It's not just that I hate Nintendo, it's the fact that games like that just fill me with dread that I feel like I don't have the time or patience to put up with.
Yeah.
Any game that I feel like getting, like, same with Kingdom Hearts, but completely different, where people tell me that me getting 5 hours into it means I didn't even play the game. that's not. If you're gonna tell me putting 5 hours into a game means I didn't even play it, that's immediate deal breaker for me.
Right.
That's why I love Souls games, because you get a 5-minute cutscene and then you're immediately in the game.
Yeah, I do like it when games just put you into the game, because sometimes cutscenes can drag on a lot.
So I hate Kingdom Hearts.
Connor said, I haven't played Animal Crossing, but due to its cultural significance, B or higher. I'd argue that half of that, a good chunk of that,
speaking of which,
because of Doom coming out the same fucking day.
That's the same reason I can't play. That's the same reason I can't play RPGs, because I just don't have the time for it, especially ones that require grinding.
Yeah. Gamer said New Horizons was really
Speaking
lacking,
of which,
but it's meant for relaxation. Enjoyed it, but severely lacking.
It's a Zen game. It's a Zen game.
I mean, that's fair, but if it's supposed to be relaxing, why do you have to worry about, like, paying off your rent or whatever fucking dumb shit you do in that game?
Wait,
like,
hold on. Is there a Kingdom Hearts game on this tier list anywhere?
I don't think so.
Thank God. The only one that would be now that I think about it, the only one that would be up for grabs here would be Kingdom Hearts 3. Considering all the other ones came out like 10 plus years ago.
Well, this is just from like the Game Awards. So like this is 2014 and on.
Yeah, that's why I said that I don't think Kingdom Hearts would be on here, except for 3.
You don't have deadlines for run, you just design your town and stuff. I could have sworn there was something in that game.
You have to pay rent, but you have to pay off your loans, but you're not given a time limit for it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what was really just messing with me about Animal Crossing. So I'm like, why are you trying to simulate life?
Oh,
you play
okay.
games to escape life.
Okay, now I see what order this is in. I was like, why is Bayonetta 2 next to Bloodborne? And then I realized, oh wait, it's alphabetical order.
Yeah, it's
wait, why was Celeste that early?
Wait a minute, Doom Eternal was before Control. What the fuck?
And why was Elden Ring near the bottom?
There we go.
And why?
This is not alphabetical. Well, actually, these were probably just like last-minute additions because the year just ended.
Same with like Horizon being at the bottom beneath Xenoblade.
Probably, yeah. Paying off rent gives you bigger houses. Oh. So it's basically not. So it's not paying off rent. It's just paying to upgrade your house.
Bayonetta 2.
Next 3 games after Animal Crossing, all A tiers, no hesitation. What are the next 3 games? Bayonetta 2.
Bayonetta 2. Let's get into Bayonetta 2. I've played a little bit of Bayonetta. I'm not a big fan of hack and slash games. The only one I really like is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, just because it's goofy as shit. Bayonetta but it's Platinum Games, the same people who made Bayonetta 2.
Show me some gameplay.
It's one of those beat 'em up games where you get combos and stuff.
I mean, I do like those games. I played Force Unleashed. I had a great time doing
that. The biggest problem with Bayonetta 2 is also the only reason it was made. And that's you might want to mute it just because there might be copyrighted music in Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 2 is Nintendo exclusive, and Nintendo fucks you with copyright music.
Man,
especially with music.
Love Nintendo.
Yeah, this was Wii U exclusive. The reason that Bayonetta 2 was Wii U exclusive, while the last couple of games were Xbox and PC and PlayStation, were because Nintendo was the only one willing to give Platinum Games a chance and funding, as long as they were willing to make it a Wii U exclusive. So that's why.
Let's see what chat's saying. Bayonetta 2 is B, Bayonetta 1 better. Really fun. I've beaten both 1 and 2. Okay.
Yeah, I've played like.
It looks alright, so I think B2.
I've played like 15 minutes of Bayonetta 1. Didn't get into it, but you know, that's just me.
So the next 3 games were A tier.
I know this is.
Was there not controlled?
I know this is one of Cat Icarus's top 25 favorite games ever.
Ooh.
Cat Icarus.
Alright, Bayonetta 2. I'm getting A tier and B tier from 2 different sources.
Just do A tier because we don't have an A tier game yet.
Yeah, we'll fill in A tier. Why not?
Bloodborne S tier.
S tier.
Bloodborne S tier.
Isn't that the Souls game with a gun?
Victorian London Souls game with guns and werewolves and vampires. Yes,
Sounds cool. I'll put it in S tier. I'll just take your word for it.
it's so fucking fun.
A tier, not S tier. Connor, would you like to elaborate why it's
Connor.
not S tier? Please
Hey
elaborate.
Connor, Cope and Seed. He's probably just
It's
mad
pretty
that he
good, so
he
eh.
lost. He's probably mad that he just sucks at it. Get good. Same reason why someone else said
I mean, he
Bloodborne
said
is
it's pretty good, so eh. I mean, A tier is nothing to scoff at.
S tier. It's amazing. Dark Souls 2, I will be the first to admit, A tier and not S tier.
Control? I want to know.
You play as someone with
is.
telekinesis, which is why you would think I would love it, but I actually haven't played it. And I have it.
What is this game?
You have telekinesis? I don't know much other than that.
Official gameplay trailer. Sure, let's do that. Please, no copyrighted music.
Fair warning.
Mute it just in case.
This is gonna be.
Yeah. Gotta keep it muted. Whoa.
Because
This
most
looks
trailers.
trippy. Whoa, look at that. Oldest house is a place of power.
Check the description of the video and see if there's a copyright.
It doesn't say anything. I'm not taking any chances though. You will have to fight. Whoa. Whoa, that looks cool as shit. Whoa.
See, I don't know what you're looking at because I'm like 20 seconds behind.
It's a gameplay trailer. It's supposed to look cool as shit.
This kind of telekinesis is why I say telekinesis is the best superpower.
It's so cool. You can craft weapons. Why don't I just look up control gameplay? Tell me just like general gameplay, not the trailer. Got PS5 gameplay. Look at that.
That's a good question. If you could have any superpower, what would you pick?
I never know what to answer for that. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Telekinesis every time.
That's not a bad option.
Specifically telekinesis like this and like in Chronicle.
Okay, it looks fun and it also looks really weird and trippy and
Janky.
creative. What?
With that kind of flying control, I'd expect it to be janky, but I'm sure it's streamlined.
It's gotta be stream. Look at how fluid this guy's moving. He's moving.
He's
Wait,
moving.
Wait, go back. Did he just pick up a corpse? Okay, just for that, I'm just gonna put that in, I don't want to put it too high because I don't know enough about it, but it also looks really good. I'm gonna put it B tier.
Yeah, that's it. It's fair.
I'd say that's fair considering, you know, to
No.
just join server again at this point. I mean, go ahead. The link
No.
is in the thing, Connor.
Who?
Connor was DMing me.
Isn't he banned?
No.
Anyway.
Steve was banned because Steve was actually being just... Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. You want to talk about Dark Souls 2?
I will.
Yeah, because I haven't played it.
I have. Dark Souls 2 is very divisive, especially for me and other Souls fans, because it's a Souls game at the end of the day, but it's a very different Souls game. There are a lot of elements to it that make it different than other Souls games. Like, humanity works differently, Estus works a little bit differently, and the fact that, you know how in every other Souls game where when you rest at a bonfire or bonfire equivalent, all the enemies respawn?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like
If you
a
kill-
defining thing of the genre.
If you kill any specific enemy 10 times, within like bonfire rest, kill them again, bonfire, blah blah blah. If you kill them 10 times, they will despawn and they will never come back again.
Why?
Unless you join a specific covenant.
Why? What? Why?
Yeah. We'll get to that. Actually, I don't want to spend too long.
Why?
Now, with Dark Souls, we have to consider, are we talking the OG original Dark Souls, or are we talking Scholar of the First Sin? Because those are two completely different games. Because Scholar of the First Sin is not a remaster. Technically it is, like it's upscaling the graphics and stuff.
This just says Dark Souls 2, I'm guessing this is the base game. So I'm assuming Scholar of the First Sin came out way later.
It came out the next generation. Like this was released Xbox 360, PlayStation 3. Scholar of the First Sin was released PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Okay. Now we're talking base game. I might have to say C, actually.
C tier? Really? A Souls
original
game
Dark
C
Souls
tier?
2, yeah.
Damn.
Scholar of the First Sin fixed and streamlined a lot that was wrong with Dark Souls 2.
Oh, Connor's back. I didn't realize. Give me a second. I'm adding rolls.
Deathloop.
Bam.
Don't know anything about it.
The only thing I know about Deathloop is the... Have you heard of Willie also?
Completely accurate summary.
Yeah, completely accurate summary where it's like, recently I played Deathloop. Posthumously, I partook in Deathloop.
I think that's from what I know about it, that's the only memorable thing about the game.
So none of us have played Deathloop.
I'm putting in C tier just for that. Thank you, Willie.
I was about to say, should we have an extra tier for didn't play? Because there are three of us here, and none of us have played it.
Nah, we'll just take.
Who else joined? Someone else joined. Banana Man.
Oh, it's the Rick.
It was me, Dio.
It was Dio all along.
It was me, Barry.
Also, gamers said that
it was me,
Deathloop
Barry.
is forgettable, D tier or low C tier. I think C tier just for the jokes you can make out of it. That Willie also video made it so much better.
Doom 2016.
I put both Dooms in A tier. Even though they're not for me, I can recognize how many people had a lot of fun with them.
I've played through Doom 2016 3 times, and I will admit it's fucking awesome.
It's so
like
Doom 2016 is interesting. Doom Eternal would be S tier, but how they treated my man.
Difficulty.
No, the difficulty was fine. I didn't mind 2 crackhead marauders that I could not break the totem of. No.
The game isn't the problem. It's the people behind the game where things get
That's
rough.
exactly.
That's
exactly it.
Which I'm going to completely ignore because I'm looking at the games here.
Now I was
alright. In that case, Eternal S tier, 2016 A.
That's exactly what I was thinking, actually.
Okay, I gotta inject my little commentary on Doom Eternal. My issue with Doom and Doom Eternal, Doom I like more than Doom Eternal, actually.
Really?
Now,
why don't you? Oh, I'll let you finish first.
Let him
now, the reason, let me explain, is because I think of Doom and Doom Eternal, and the whole Doom series in general, less of a survival horror action gunplay game. I just think of it as zone out, kill all the demons, just have fun. I want to feel overpowered. So when it amps up that difficulty really, really badly, especially with Doom Eternal, where even I'm Too Young to Die still kicks my ass, I feel like it loses points for me. Now, that might just be me. That's probably just me, but in terms of
I think that's just you, because the original Dooms did not fuck around. If you played like an idiot, you would die.
No, I don't mean play like an idiot.
2016. Hold on, I counter argument.
Okay, counter argument.
Counter argument. 2016, a IGN person beat the game. No.
Yeah, Dean.
Game review. Hold on.
Dean
IGN game reviewer beat it.
Yep.
Okay, let's say
considering the IGN reviewers couldn't get through the first room in Doom Eternal.
I honestly kind of want to side with Subset here because maybe I just am misinterpreting the Doom franchise. But to me, it did always just feel like a turn your brain off and just mow down millions of enemies.
As overpowered as shit. That's how I feel it.
Maybe that's just a a loss in communication or like a misstep in translation.
Like, why else would they add the glory kills if that wasn't the intention?
Like, it just feels like a game you're supposed to just sit back and just be gory and overpowered, and you don't really get that in Doom Eternal. It's actually pretty difficult.
To strategize.
Thinking about it.
It's probably a game made for previous players of the series. Though my counter argument is the game itself does not want to fall to the same things as most games nowadays,
but also the soundtrack goes hard.
Also, who's Pathetic Substat? That guy's dead. Never heard of him. Pathetic Substat's dead.
If we're going off soundtracks alone, these two would be in their own fucking tier. I don't care what I.
100%. Carvin.
Anything made by Mick Gordon
goes hard.
It goes hard, but Doom
Elden
is a
Ring and anything by Mick
beast.
Gordon goes hard.
Also, once we get to it, if we were going off soundtracks, Hades is S tier also, but we're not there yet.
We'll get there.
Also, if we're going through character writing, Hades is S tier.
Okay, I'm gonna make an argument for Hades. It has Dusa. Put it in double S tier. Okay.
We'll get there. I'm gonna say this one last thing about Doom, since I am the one making the tier list. I
am the one.
I do appreciate the viewpoint of this being the more casual Doom, and I think for it being sort of the reboot or spiritual reboot of the series, that was the right direction to go in. But Eternal is a much more engaging and enjoyable experience. At least for
Isn't
me.
the story like a lot better too?
Yeah.
Honestly, the story in 2016, I'd argue, was written better, but Eternals is more intriguing.
Yeah.
Right.
In execution, Doom 2016 was better, but in concept, Doom Eternal was better.
Yeah. And Doom Eternal spectacle was just off the fucking charts.
For me, like I said earlier, Doom is more of a game, less of a game about strategizing and killing demons. Like,
question
with strategy and
the
Doom
strategizing though.
For me, Doom is just mow down everything in your path, rip and tear until it's done, fuck everything, destroy it, get as much testosterone in you as you can. Just
I feel like
I don't want to strategize and think about it.
Vincent, counterpoint.
Sticks out. Okay, counterpoint.
Does Doom 2016 have a fuck ton of pop-up tutorials?
No.
You had to address it. You had to address it.
In all fairness, you can turn those off in the settings.
Oh, you can? Never. All right, we're good.
Does Doom Eternal have Vega giving you tutorial speak?
Like, Vega... that is one thing that, like, I didn't realize bothered me until Willie Austin pointed me out.
No, not just that. Not just that, but in terms of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, at least in Doom 2016, Vega doesn't just speak in tutorial.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna put them both at S tier because after all this discussion, these are two completely different experiences.
Absolutely.
I preferred 2016.
It's more fight through hell.
Mm-hmm.
Which they both have their merits in terms because they're both kind of the same fundamental things Doom is going for, where fight through hell and rip and tear are both things they're going for. One did one better, one did the other better.
Yeah.
So they're both good Doom games, but they're completely different good Doom games.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a Mortal Kombat game on here, is there? No, that's not Mortal Kombat. The thing under Inside, I thought it might have been Mortal Kombat for a second, but I don't think it is. Is that?
Has anyone played Dragon Age Inquisition?
I have. Dragon Age Inquisition.
Give us your commentary.
I think this is the game you have been telling me about. It's like one of your favorites.
I was about to say
Dragon's Dogma.
Inquisition. Okay, never mind.
It's a lot of fun, but it's also very cookie cutter. Like, you don't get anything new out of it. It's a very visually impressive game for the time. I would put it probably at low A, high B, because the game is very enjoyable, and it's honestly, it is a romance game framed like a fantasy RPG, if I'm being completely honest.
Now, I have a question. Did this one win it? Did this one win its year? I think it did.
I think Dark Souls 2 won that year.
What game is this?
No way, this came out the same year as Dark Souls 2.
2014, yeah, no.
No.
Well, hell.
What? Hold on a minute.
No,
Guys,
wait.
Dragon Age Inquisition won that year.
Dark Souls released in Dark Souls 2 released in 2014.
No, it didn't. Wait.
Yes, it did.
No.
What? You mean to tell me I could have been a goth
Wait, what?
if I had gotten an
2012?
Xbox at that game?
It might have been Scholar of the First Sin that released in.
Let's just say Scholar of the First Sin, because yeah.
Wait, what the
Wait,
fuck?
hold on, it's
Dark
just-
Souls
it's
2 is a
Dark Souls
2014 action role-playing game developed by From
It's
Software.
released
Initial release date 2012.
I was about to say Dark Souls. Ha!
Hold
So
on,
we're talking about Scholar of the First Sin. No. Now, Vincent, go back. We're talking about Scholar of the First Sin.
You fooled me. I
You
will have
fooled
no.
me.
No,
Hold
we
on.
have it on stream.
Hold on.
We have it on stream.
This
we
is
have
the,
it on
this
stream.
is the same. This is the same cover art. See, and it
Yeah,
says
if you
2014.
look at Dark Souls 2 on
What the
Steam, it
fuck?
says release date 2014.
What the fuck? Hold
Did they
on.
No.
remaster 2
Wait,
years
they
later?
did. They did.
What
Let me
the
finish.
hell?
I'm the Souls guy. Let me speak.
I'm also the Souls guy, so
Hold on.
fuck on.
Do not speak
This
for
we're
several
talking-
days.
We're talking about Scholar of the First Sin. Then we are not talking
Are
about
we?
Dark Souls 2 base. So Vincent, go back
Yeah,
to the
but-
tier list.
Shut
and
up,
let
I'm
me
just
see
looking
it.
at the release
Everything,
dates. I'm checking the
a
release
lot of
dates.
things are saying that the original, like Dark Souls 2, released 2014. It's just some of them say it doesn't, some of them say they
Steam
did.
is saying
Saying
Scholar of the
Scholar
First Sin was
First-
2015.
But that might have just been the day it became available on Steam. You have to realize that sometimes that messes up.
No, it's saying 2015.
Also, it doesn't look like you can get the original Dark Souls 2 on Steam.
Hold on.
No,
No.
sometimes stuff happens where like they'll have a release in like one country and then a worldwide release later. That might have been it.
Hold on.
That's so bizarre.
Hold on.
Though.
Dark Souls 2 was released in March of 2014. Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin was released in 2015.
I just realized
I don't-
Scholar of the
People say
First Sin's release
24.
date was April 1st. We were being trolled.
We thought, yeah, a lot
we
of
were
us thought
being
it was.
trolled this
Killing
whole
you.
time.
Killing
Okay.
you.
I'm still trying to
Murdering
figure
you.
out why does Google say that it was released 2012.
That's a good question.
Hell?
Probably a Japanese release because it is made
Yeah,
by.
that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to imply anything.
But 2
We could probably
full
move past
years?
We spent about 5 minutes on this. We can probably move on.
I am so confused.
Yeah, Inquisition, high C tier, low B tier.
No. This is saying
I'm so
2012 as well. And it's saying
Changing topic, or I'll change your soul out for a coupon code for Sears.
even Wikipedia is saying this is tripping me out.
Let's just move on before this discussion becomes the Dark Souls
Fallout
of
4.
discussions. Fallout 4.
I haven't played Fallout 4. I haven't played
Fallout 4
Fallout.
is C
Connor
tier.
played like
It's C
15
tier. I don't
minutes of
care
it.
where in C tier, but it is fun. It is enjoyable, but it's also like mid.
I
It's,
argue for D. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make a counter argument. Counter argument for D tier. I spent $60. I didn't spend it. I got it.
okay, honestly,
I got
that's your
it for
problem.
a
You
birthday.
bought it as the game that released. That's your problem.
No.
You
gotta-
bought
you
day
gotta
one.
Okay,
confess
hold
the
on,
game
hold
got
on.
released.
I'm trying
that
to-
was your problem.
I got a
That was his mistake.
a Steam code for the game for my grandparents. It was something like $50 or $60 at the time,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, ooh, great.
Honestly, most
And this
video
was
games
near-
are releasing for $60 now, and very few of them are worth $60. I'm not gonna rank Fallout 4 for that. I'm just gonna say that's a problem with the gaming industry. as
No,
well.
it gets worse, right? The very first
That was
mission
his
of the
mistake.
game soft locked me in such a way that I could not get out of it. The last raider was I uninstalled, reinstalled, did the same quest. There was a raider stuck in the abyss. I no-clipped through the map, but he was
I
invincible.
loaded up Fallout 4 and had no issues except for the fact that the
PC
game
play PC. It's called PC gaming.
PC gaming, man.
I'm looking at the raider hiding behind a doorway
Why I don't play PC
in a
games.
wall that I literally can't access. I'm sitting here crying like I want to complete the quest. I want to side with the railroad because I really do not like the Brotherhood of Steel.
First of all, it's a Bethesda game. Expect bugs. Second of all,
I understand that.
Game issue. Third of all, you bought it too quickly. I'd put it. Let's put it at a low.
I waited a whole year before I played again, and it still stuck me on that mission.
It's a Bethesda game.
You guys remember Batman Arkham Knight's PC release?
God, don't remind me.
Vincent can talk about that. I have no idea.
Don't remind me about the Arkham Knight PC release.
No, that
game ran worse than fucking Fallout 76, dude.
I will obliterate a Fallout fan on the spot.
Get Steve back in here. Get Steve back in here. Get him in here. Get him in here.
No.
We're not allowing Steve back in here.
Obliterate.
What's the next game? A Final Fantasy game? If Cloud's the main
I want to talk about Fallout 4 real quick.
It's Final Fantasy VII
I didn't play
remastered.
Fallout 4 at all, but I played New Vegas, and I was bored as shit in that game.
I played
was
like
a lot more interesting.
Like 2 or 3 hours of Fallout New Vegas, but I've played all of Fallout 3. Like literally,
Fallout
100%.
I played like 30 minutes of Fallout 3.
Like,
Ow.
Oh,
The fuck was that?
Fallout 4 has its purpose.
That was my headset.
Fallout 4 is very fun as like just a background, turn your brain off, run around. But like its progression system is weird. The way like you have to track the main quest line is bizarre. Like for a Bethesda game, it sort of just fell flat. So honestly, if you wanted to bump it down to D tier, Ricky, I honestly would respect it.
Now,
are we bumping
it's just
it down
I
to
had
D tier?
fun in
Okay,
certain parts
forgive
of the
me,
game.
but I'm trying to figure out why my mic is reading my freaking headphones when it is silent. Like, my headphones have a switch on it that allows me to switch between microphone on and microphone.
I think he flipped the switch.
Connor, what microphone are you using?
Right? So
I'm using my phone microphone right now because I left all my in the dorms like a big dump.
I forgot about that.
But to say that I could tell it was very echoey.
the meme I posted in VR chat is incredibly loud, and the way I have my headset set up so I don't wake up my family, you can just hear this whenever I hit the play button.
Beautiful. Absolutely
Right,
beautiful.
right. But it gets worse. I cut off my...
You cut it off again. Ah, ha, ha. We do a little trolling.
Now.
It's so powerful. It goes through the mute.
Has anyone played
I don't
Final
even know
Fantasy
what Final Fantasy this is.
7 Remake? It's the remake of Final Fantasy 7.
I have a
There's so many
friend
of these games, I don't even care.
that would like. I have a friend that would throw a tantrum if you didn't put it in an S tier, but he's also a weeb. And,
I don't play RPGs.
Yeah, I'll be
it's-
honest, there's too many Final Fantasy games. And I would say the same thing about Call of Duty. There's too many of those games too.
Final Fantasy 16 is coming out.
Wait.
this
There's
year or
just
next
too
year.
many.
Stranding's at D
Too
tier?
many Final Fantasies. I instantly say, well, what do you think about Call of Duty? If they don't share the same opinion, you're an asshole. But Vincent agrees there's too many Call of Duty games.
There's-
Oh,
You're
I
just-
100% agree. There's
Dude,
way fucking too many Call of Duty
Vanguard
games.
was made for one reason and one reason only, and that was to
To have
pump
another Call of
guns
Duty
into
game.
Warzone. It's just, I'm so glad they stopped.
So
doing
what
it.
are we gonna
The
say?
game is made just because it's time for another game in the franchise to be
Literally.
made.
Yeah, it's literally yearly release.
At least Final Fantasy is, at least they're making it somewhat out of just caring about the storyline and games themselves. And it's not just, all right, guys, we're low on money. We got to make another Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
No, they actually want to make the games. I'd probably put it at a C tier because from what I hear, it's pretty good.
Sounds about right. I didn't mean to put that.
You can
there.
fight a mountain. It's automatically C tier at least.
And also, like, it also sort of like helmed a certain style of RPG combat with like the way it's designed. So I'd put a solid C here.
Yeah.
I want to smack a man with a giant sword, and this is why I'm tempted to get Elden Ring.
The reason I don't, Okay, I don't want to backtrack on Dark Souls 2. The reason I don't think it had to have been released in 2012 because it released for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
They were still releasing games for those consoles in 2014.
But also, I could have sworn I saw a game, like a walkthrough video from like 2012. It had to have been released in 2012.
Well, if it was released in 2012, then how the fuck is it the 2014 nominee?
In 2014 Game of the Year Awards, it specifically said Dark Souls 2, not Scholar of the First Sin, Dark Souls 2.
And
Hold on.
This is the cover art.
I'm gonna look at the
for
trailer.
base Dark
I'm gonna look at
Souls
the
2.
trailer. The trailer will have the release date.
Will it?
It
Depends
probably
on
And
what
will.
trailer you look at.
Ghost of Tsushima, it's
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you guys continue that while I debunk this.
You
it's
research and
wacky,
debunk.
it's
We're gonna talk
weird,
about
it's
this.
C-tier.
You said
Because I haven't
C-tier?
played
Really?
Ghost of Tsushima, so I...
Damn. Actually, I'm gonna look up something real quick. I just want to look up a couple screenshots because if this game looks beautiful, I'll bump it up a tier just for the hell of it.
I love that like the delay.
Oh, that's pretty.
I'm in the VC, but I'm also watching you Google stuff. So there was like a good 3 or 4 seconds between you saying I'm going to Google something, I'm hearing the clacking on your keys, and it actually popping up on the stream.
Nice. I think I'm gonna bump it up a tier just because it looks so fucking good. Look at this.
It was a very beautiful game.
It's very pretty.
The announcement trailer was released in late 2012. Let me check at the launch trailer.
The announcement trailer was 2012? Okay, it was released in 2014.
The launch trailer... No, yeah, the launch trailer was released on March 11th, 2014.
There it is. It's 2014. We figured it out.
That doesn't feel right, though.
I'm gonna bump this up to B tier. I know nothing about this game, but it looks pretty. And apparently it's...
I mean, it would make sense, though,
gameplay-wise.
because Dark Souls 1 came out in 2011, so... I don't think they could complete a sequel in a year. They're not Call of Duty. Let's say they're not Activision. It's FromSoft.
God of War 2018. I haven't played it. You guys check this out.
S tier.
Okay, S tier it is.
God of War games are
I'm
generally
gonna
I
take your
love
word
that
for it.
game so much. It took me so long to finally,
Hades S
actually
tier
get to play it.
instantaneously. It has
But, like,
Dukes.
it is so fun, and the storyline, even if you know where the storyline is going, if you are of weak heart like I am, it'll still make you tear up. And also, like, there are parts of the game that, like, if you want to just enjoy the story, you can do that. But there's also, like, if you want to basically play a game that's harder than Dark Souls, there are maps you can... I'm ranting. I'm sorry. I like God of War. It's a fun game, fun series, good story. S tier.
I will
I
also
can-
like to note the cultural impact of this game, because I don't think Boy would have ever become such a funny joke.
Boy.
Literally just Boy.
I'd give it S tier solely for Sunny Soljic.
Just for Boy.
Okay, for Hades, I'm not going to say anything until everyone else has their opinions out.
A tier.
I have not seen jack shit about this game.
I
I know
have.
nothing.
A tier. I love roguelike games. One of my favorite games of all time is The Binding of Isaac.
And
And it's one of those games where even if you die, the story doesn't reset. The story continues.
okay.
And the deaths actually matter. Like, if you die, the story changes. And there's so many good side quests. If we're just ranking solely on characters, it has to be S tier.
Ricky, do you have any thoughts?
Listen,
I'm gonna go A tier.
God of War games are in the same category as Doom
Talking
games.
about Hades.
We're talking
Oh,
about
Hades.
now.
Yeah, we're on Hades.
Okay, I don't know why I completely zoned out for a second there. I'm staring at a pillow because I'm sleeping on my couch, and it has the most floral design you could ever get. Anyways, Hades, S tier. It has Dusa. Can date things. I don't know much about it.
I do love
All
the
I
date.
know is that,
You know nothing about it.
listen, I look at Hades. It looks cool. You can ask Athena for guns. It's great.
It's funny because
Oh wait,
Vincent
you're
has a
asking
dog.
my dog for guns? Okay.
Is Athena packing heat?
You, sir, you have daddy
Athena's got all
issues.
the guns.
You need to escape hell and talk with mom.
You
Zagreus.
are maidenless.
All the while, you are dating everything in your path.
Oh, you have so many dating options in that game.
Is this just Helltaker, but AAA?
It's Helltaker, but violent.
Helltaker without the puzzles.
Helltaker, but replace puzzles with violence.
Listen, everything in life is a puzzle. You see this baseball bat with nails in it. This sinner down the road, constantly with his cut-off muffler, going 90 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. I hit his car, and I simply leave.
What?
Do not question the ways of real fraud.
Connor, state your piece about Hades.
I was about to say, let's hear what Connor has to say, because Connor wanted to wait.
There is not a single game I have played with more dynamic gameplay, more replayability. I have sunk about 50 hours into this game, and I still haven't beaten it because of, and it's not from lack of skill, it is from the, like, how much there is to see. You can, because, you know, even if you quote unquote beat the game, you get to the end of the run, you kill Hades. Spoiler alert, at the end of the run, you kill Hades.
You didn't really beat it.
I wonder what the name of the game is.
You didn't really beat it because there's a whole plot twist about how now you have to go back and then you have to do it again and again and again. So I still haven't seen all the story there is to offer. The voice acting is amazing. The characters are hot as fuck. Also, Dusa. And there's customization. There's a play style for every person. Every run is going to be different. It is partially luck of the draw and partially skill, because sometimes you're going to open your run with one of the more OP perks that you can get, and then suddenly you get halfway through the run without even taking a hit. And sometimes you started off with a terrible perk, and now you're going to die in Tartarus. And if none of that is enough to convince you it's S tier, you can pet the dog.
Okay,
S tier.
Triple S.
There it is. It's
Triple
S tier.
Triple S tier.
It's S tier.
Also, I mean, look at Zagreus'.
What more needs to be said?
Look at Zagreus' Baraman and tell me it's not S tier.
Look at
I will
abs.
kill you, and
Look at
nobody
that
will
man.
find the pieces.
Look at that.
You cannot
fucking
deny
man.
the abs.
I
Look
cannot
at that
deny
man.
him, but you do not need to
Every
point it out.
character in that fucking game is
It's
so
hot.
hot. They're
Actually,
so fucking hot.
okay. Might I make an argument? This is Greek.
Dusa?
What
I
are
was
you
about
going to
to say
expect?
it's Greek. It's
This is
Greek.
Greek. What are you expecting?
Okay.
Oh boy, I
We
sure
have
do
a
love
whole Horizon.
watching
bunch of other
Greek
games to go
material.
through. Let's.
We have
I
a
was about to
lot
say-
more games to
I was
go.
about to say, and we've been going for almost an hour.
Which Horizon game is this?
I
Horizon
think it's,
Zero Dawn.
It's New
I
Dawn.
haven't played it.
Zero Dawn, whatever it's called. I've never played it. Never
I
seen
have played
gameplay of it.
Okay, Connor, what do you have to say? You're the only one that's played it.
Basically, it's sort of like a Viking game, but instead of fighting animals and people, you're fighting
There's
robots. The storyline is really interesting and has a lot of cool, fun twists in it. And like the gameplay is really interesting. My only thing I don't like about the game is the voice acting feels very stale to me. So I'd put it at a B or an A. And if it's going A, it should be at like the bottom of A.
Bottom of A,
Well,
because
I
we don't have
haven't
many
been
A
ranking
games.
the tiers in particular, which is why S tier is a whole mess of. I don't even want to get into this. I've just been putting them as we've been going on, and I'm not gonna bother like saying, "Oh, this should be higher than this in this tier."
Inside.
Because it was mainly because Horizon it has a very cool concept of like sentient machines.
Yeah.
And like the ideas of like beast of flesh and metal. And and then it makes a whole lot more sense because then you destroy the metal machines to upgrade your bow and your other equipment and the combat.
I love games
It's a
that do
very
that.
fun game. The voice acting makes the story pretty stale though, unfortunately.
Inside. I summed
I
up
have
Inside.
haven't played it.
So do I. I will say, from what I've seen an entire gameplay like walkthrough of this because it's not there very long.
Yeah.
I've seen story explained, quote unquote. This
This
game is basically, you know, those movies that people think I watch all the time. The only movies I watch where it doesn't make any sense, but I tell you, but you didn't watch it hard enough and you didn't get all the themes.
Oh no.
It's that, but a video game.
Oh no.
I've played those video games
kind
before.
Of thing.
I've played those kind of video games before. They're actually pretty fun.
Really?
However, in my opinion, for the game of the year, like ranking them,
Inside's not worth it.
Well, this
It's
isn't
just-
on its Game of the Year status. We're just ranking all the nominees based on how we feel about them.
How fun they are.
If I was being generous, I'd put it at B.
B.
I was gonna say low B, high C.
I'll put it in... Because this is an indie game, right? I'll put it in B tier.
It Takes Two. I haven't played because I don't have friends.
Honestly, we should knock it down a tier just for the fact that you need someone else to do that. And who the fuck has friends these days?
Vincent, will you play It Takes Two with me?
No.
I'll
Which
play
game
with you.
I'm kidding, I'd play it.
Honestly, I'd give it a B tier on the art style alone. It's very pretty.
The art style is
Fair enough,
awesome.
yeah. And also, isn't there like a marital drama going on in the background?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I
it's
think
gonna
from what I've
create
heard
a
about
world.
This game, it's a kid playing with toys while there's
That's to say,
drama going on.
Creative.
It's really creative.
Let me say for the record, I fucking love video games where you play as a tiny person in a big people house with big people objects where Fork is taller than you. I love those games.
Have you played Among the Sleep?
Yes.
Well, we could talk about that after the stream.
Yeah.
Next game.
Among the
Is that
Sleep is
Metal Gear?
fucking depressing if you look into it. It's so depressing.
God, yeah, that kid is miserable. I feel so bad for him.
What the fuck is this?
But the teddy bear, if you don't pay attention to the themes, teddy bear is best friend.
Wait, hold on. Am I missing a theme? I thought Teddy Bear stayed best friend.
Teddy bear is always best friend.
I thought you said if you don't pay attention to the themes, Teddy Bear is best friend.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like the teddy bear is supposed to be the dad.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I knew that part.
I meant like best friend, but then, and without
It like
with the themes.
elevates above
Yeah.
best friend.
Father figure, best father figure up there.
Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom. I don't know.
I've
I've
never
never
played
played
it.
If you don't rate this
Movie game,
as-
I'd say B tier minimum.
I love movies and I love video games, but I don't like movie games.
They could be pretty good.
If you're trying to make a movie but you're making a video game, please just go make a fucking movie, please.
Okay,
That's
hold
my
on.
issue.
That doesn't always apply. Detroit Become Human is an amazing fucking game, and it's pretty close to a movie.
I'll give you
I
that,
was
and
about to say,
also
it would have been pretty good as a
Phantom
movie.
Pain has doggo, so you have to rank it up at least one tier because it has a good
Ah.
doggo,
Always rate for the dog.
and you can pet the dog.
This
I've
is a
noticed that like
20-hour video, by the
we
way.
have two criteria that like automatically bumps games up a tier: pet dog and good art.
And soundtrack.
To be fair, the only games that have had good soundtrack already had the other two,
Dark
so
Souls.
Right.
it really mattered. So they've already ended up in S tier.
Yeah.
Every single Dark Souls game has had an amazing soundtrack. Bite me. Every single Soulsborne game, Soulsborne, Sekiro, Elden Ring, all From Software games have had amazing soundtrack.
I'm trying to
You
find-
can't argue with that too hard until
Oh
you.
wait, this is a stealth.
I mean,
game,
I know
forgot.
I can't argue with that because every time there's a difficult boss fight in my games, I always use Dark Souls music to do it,
Fair enough.
like in my D&D games.
We will.
Okay.
I want to point out my favorite. While Vincent's looking up Metal Gear Solid 5
Yeah.
and looking at determining, I want to point out two of my favorite little details in terms of the soundtrack of Dark Souls. You know Gwyn's theme in the first game, the piano lullaby type doo doo doo.
Yep.
That, if you've noticed, the Soul of Cinder believe, in the final boss of Dark Souls 3 has 4 stages. Stage 1 is strength build, stage 2 is magic build, stage 3 is dex build, where it's literally the chosen undead. The Soul of Cinder is the chosen undead, your player from Dark Souls 1, and I love that detail. But the 4th stage of the Soul of Cinder switches to Gwyn's moveset, and the music switches with each build, and the music, when it switches to the Gwyn build, will change to the leitmotif of Gwyn from the first game, and I fucking love that. That's amazing.
Going back to
Dark Souls is
Gear
definitely
Solid
good at
5,
boss design. It's like, no, you're putting it at A tier?
My second...
I heard someone say S tier and someone else said B tier, so I just went in the middle.
Now, number 2 real quick. My favorite other little detail, the first track of Dark Souls 1 soundtrack is prologue. Final track of Dark Souls 3 soundtrack is epilogue. I love that.
I love it when media does that.
Now, Metroid Dread. I haven't played it because I hate Nintendo.
I also haven't played
I haven't
Metroid.
played it either.
Looks cool.
What genre even is Metroid Dread?
It's Metroidvania.
I know
literally its
Metroid
own-
went
it's its
FPS
own
for
genre.
a game.
Metroid spawned
Never
a
played
genre
Dread except
called
for the demo C
Metroidvania
tier.
game.
We have someone who played the demo. That's better than any of us can say. He said C tier.
I said D, so I go with that.
I understand
Oh, this
how
is like
important...
classic Metroid.
Now we need
okay.
we need to think about what impact Metroid Dread had on the Metroid fandom and video gaming as a whole. Because
video gaming as a
before-
whole, not much of an impact.
Metroid Dread, in terms of like Nintendo and Metroid in general, this was the first real, fully completed Metroid game that was not a remake or a spin-off since 2010's Metroid Other M. And Metroid Other M, that's the door. Metroid Other M,
Teased for
leave.
years.
This, and I remember people were terrified of how Metroid Dread would perform, because Nintendo has this thing that they do all the time where if their game doesn't sell 10 million copies in its first weekend, they immediately say it's a failure and never touch that franchise again. Hi, Star Fox.
2019.
Hi, Star Fox. Anyway,
Star Fox.
Why are you going to bring it up? I miss my boy Star Fox.
justice for my boy Star Fox. Only thing we have now is a Fox in Space, which is a pretty good trade out until Nintendo copyright strikes Matthew Gafford, and I will be pissed when that happens. Metroid Dread.
Metroid is a platformer action RPG.
Yeah, it's a classic Metroid game.
Plus Treasure Hunt, kind of.
It's a Metroid
Well, the
game,
thing
yeah.
about Metroid is it's the combination of Metroid and Castlevania spawned a genre. I'm going off on a tangent. It'll take me like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Spawned
God.
a genre of games called Metroidvania games.
Right.
Symphony
Fun
of the
fact,
Night.
Vincent,
I've
one of
played
you
two
and
of them.
my
They're really
favorite
good.
games, Fallen Order, is a Metroidvania game because it has that situation of when you collect an ability or item later in the game, it allows you to go back to previous stages to unlock pathways.
I love that.
Kind of game is called Metroidvania, and Metroid
That
and
happens
Castlevania
Okay,
spawn.
wait. I know how to make it make sense for Vincent.
Hey,
You know Jedi Fallen Order?
it makes sense to me. What
It's
the fuck
kinda
are you
like
on
that.
about?
I literally already made that comparison, my guy.
Homie.
I didn't hear that.
I don't
My
know
bad.
why you're trying
Treating
to
this
make it make
man
sense
like he
to
has
me. It
no
makes
brain
sense.
cells. That's my job. I'm the
Let's
stupid
just
one.
say, Vincent. Vincent, it's
Stop
like
treating me like
it
a
is.
fucking idiot.
You kind of are. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
No,
I am
it's
an idiot,
like-
but not that
I'll
bad.
see you at work.
Yeah, like you see what they just did with like how they're shooting the gates and stuff. You don't automatically have that. You have to go somewhere else to collect that to
I
do
am
that.
aware.
Yeah, fun fact.
I'm not a
Fun
big
fact, you have to unlock things.
I can't say anything about this kind of thing because I'm not the biggest fan of that method. So I can't say anything because this game doesn't appeal to me. But if you like it, you go.
It looks cool.
I'm fine with the C tier, like the guy said. Sounds
Yeah.
fair.
I'd say C tier.
You
Yeah.
played the demo.
Honestly, I
That's
think-
better than any of us can say.
Notice that most games that we all played end up in higher tiers, which has something to say.
To be
The
fair,
less of a-
the games we have played were really fucking good games.
Which really
I'll
does
talk about
bring
Breath of the
question.
Wild when we get to that because I feel like I'm the only one that's played Breath of the Wild.
I have not played. Actually, I think I've
That's
played
nuts.
like 15 minutes of it.
I've played all the way
What
through it. I haven't
games
100%
are on the
it, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We will get there.
Monster Hunter. Any Monster Hunter fans here? I don't play.
Hunter
What
looks
game is
great.
this? What is
Never
Monster Hunter?
played.
Monster Hunter Rise or World, one of the two. I can't
Is
tell
it
based on the image.
Rise? Let me
Listen.
look at the
My
box
argument
art.
for Monster Hunter is you swing
Where's
big
the
sword
box
at
art?
bigger dragon. E tier at least.
I'm pretty sure
The
that's
only-
Monster Hunter World.
It's World. I found the box art. It's World. I
Monster
found
Hunter World.
I've heard
If
it's
you're
awesome.
playing solo, it's pretty boring and bland. You get more fun
You do
out of just
chip
testing
damage
the
to
cool
dragons,
weapons and
that's it.
stuff.
It's extremely
If
boring.
you have friends and you're playing with friends, the game is fun as fuck.
To be
I was
fair,
about to say,
any game
it's-
is fun with friends.
So yeah, it's one of those games where you kind of have to play with friends to have fun.
But like, it is a game that was sort of built to be more fun playing with other people.
They have cat people.
gosh.
They have cat people.
I was about to say
They
there are
do have
cat people.
Okay.
So for me to rejoice, I put it in a B tier.
Rejoice. You'll
B
put
tier,
it in
probably.
B tier? Alright.
It's
Overwatch,
fun. The combat
D tier
is
for
pretty-
dead.
Combat's
Oh
pretty
boy,
interesting.
Overwatch
Has some
fucking
cool ideas.
dead.
My favorite game, Dragon's Dogma, took a lot of inspiration from Monster Hunter, so I kind of have to like it. Overwatch,
TF2 is better. That's all I need to say. C tier for that.
No,
Get
D tier for
fucked.
dead because you can't even play Overwatch anymore.
I'd
Okay,
put Overwatch 2
ignoring
in
the fact
same
that you
tier.
can't play it anymore.
Did any of y'all play it before it got shut down?
No.
I played it like
Not at all.
once.
Who was your favorite main? Like who would you main? Who's your
Reaper.
favorite character?
Reaper.
Reaper. Before
I'm-
Reaper, my favorite character, like story wise,
Dear.
is Genji, but my favorite and like aesthetically is Genji, but my favorite character to play is Reaper.
Keep Overwatch in D tier.
Keep it in.
Keep it in
First-
D tier.
Actually, yeah, because post-launch they kind of ruined the game, and then they killed it,
They killed it because they wanted people to play Overwatch 2.
which is just Overwatch.
But you have to
Two.
play pay to win.
TOO.
You literally have
First-
to unlock old characters,
Uh,
unlike
Persona
Overwatch
5 is
1 where they
apparently
didn't
S
do that.
tier.
Well, guess what? If you had Overwatch 1, you don't have to unlock the old characters. So
True.
You're not. It's not like you're paying too ridiculously extra money. In fact, you're getting majorly rewarded for buying the old game.
You can't play it anymore.
I haven't played Persona 5. I haven't played Persona 5.
I've seen-
Gamer in chat
Okay,
said it's
I've seen
S tier.
gameplay of Persona 5.
Let me
It's
check-
I'm not an
great.
RPG
let me
guy.
check the gameplay
It's-
side of
It's,
things.
it's an RPG. It's the RPG.
The
I have a-
RPG of all
Pretty
time.
similar
Listen. Let me point this out real quick. One of the normal enemies, you can hit them with a certain damage type, get them to be vulnerable to it because they are weak to that damage type. Get another turn. If another enemy is weak to that damage type and you hit them while in that extra turn, get another turn. This repeats ad infinitum.
That sounds like.
Is this a weeb game?
Hold on, that sounds like.
It is.
It is a weird
Where the
game.
fuck
It
is
is
the
a weeb
gameplay?
It's
Oh, this is the
pretty-
prologue. I'm
It's
See,
very
Shut
like in
up,
all
man.
G- Listen, like in all JRPGs, you start out with saving a cat and you end with killing God.
it's-
anime logic.
a lot of my friends really like it.
Skipping so
I
much.
have
I'm
it.
looking
I
for
just haven't-
gameplay.
I haven't played it
what
yet.
you were looking at was gameplay. A lot of it's
That
dialogue.
was gameplay.
However, the combat takes a lot
Music.
from Final Fantasy games as far as I'm
The
aware.
music is banger. You have
The
a
music
dating
is
simulator
amazing.
built into the
I've
game.
accidentally used Persona music in our games before without realizing it.
Oh my
Never
God,
see
pop-up
it come,
tutorials.
man.
Pop-up
And
tutorials.
the background is absolutely beautiful. Like everything
pop-up
going
tutorials
on. There.
automatically bump you
Joker
down to-
Awakening. Search up Joker Awakening, according to Gamer
Joker. Oh, wait.
Gamer Trader. Gamer Sus. He's here. He's just right there. He's asking you to look up Joker's Awakening.
Homie, that's a cutscene. Homie,
Yeah,
this
honestly,
is a
if you-
cutscene.
Honestly,
I mean, this
if you're
game
just
made
like,
it
"Yo,
Smash
this game's
Brothers."
good," you just have to watch this one specific thing and just judge the entire game based.
Wait a minute. You don't have ambient mode on?
do you mean I don't?
Wait, no, you do.
What the fuck are you on about?
You?
Hey, Ryuji, I know that character. I don't know anything about him.
I love
I know nothing
Ryuji.
about
He's a
what's
cool
even
little
going
man. The cutscenes are
Get to the
great.
most replayed moment.
Oh, yeah, skip most replayed moment.
Also, he's in his underwear.
What?
Behold,
This
introductory
is guaranteed
gameplay.
Weeb mode.
It has an anime
Weeb
attached
game.
to it.
Unlock the power of the weeb.
Game.
He has the power of God and anime on his side.
Literally.
Literally. Every joke you make is just a game. I'm not even joking, I'm pretty sure. Listen, I can read your name, gamer TTR, but I am also dyslexic. It is unfortunately a curse you have to deal with. Also, look at that. You can't look at that and tell me it's not banger.
Honestly,
I will
I've
beat
seen
you
stuff like
with
that
a
before.
fiddle.
I've seen cooler cutscenes, yeah.
Fair
Put
enough.
Put it in A tier.
Put it in A
I give it
tier.
a tier and A.
So we're all saying A.
We're
I've
all
also
in
heard that
agreement.
this
Put
game
it in
has
A.
I've also heard that
It's
this
also,
game has-
recent, if this will
Pop-up
affect your opinion,
tutorials.
you're also in high school.
What?
What
You're
anime
also in
isn't
high-
in high school?
The game takes place in high school.
Anyway, this game also has a lot of cringe moments.
It's a
But
weeb
it's like
game. What were you expecting?
Aware cringe, yeah. It's like weeb cringe, so it's kind of self-aware cringe. But a wise man once said, self-aware cringe is still cringe.
Okay, we still got half the catalog to go.
I'm putting in
Yeah.
A tier if there's cringe moments.
Psychonauts 2, I don't know. Put it in B. We're gonna have to skip a lot of games we haven't played. and come back to-
gameplay.
It has Jack Black in it, so it has to be S tier.
Oh, clearly. Psycho. I cannot fucking type to save my life. Jesus fuck.
Psychosocial.
Nah, it's
Psychosocial Live.
yeah, psychosocial life, man.
The fuck are you looking at now?
We don't have time to look at all of these gameplay videos and skip around through them.
Cope C, this is my stream.
Fair enough.
This is gonna be a 10-hour stream.
We're halfway through and it's only like an hour and a half. We're fine.
We're fine.
Especially when we get to the games that some of us have played. We're just going through the games we haven't played
Get
right
somebody's
now.
Opinion? You all make me sad. Persona 5 is
It's
so
a
good,
3D
but then,
platformer with really good abilities, I've heard.
What, Psychonauts 2?
Yes. It's got like psychic
Oh, there's a
abilities.
boss fight.
Yeah, and it's a 3D platformer. One game I'm really excited for that's a 3D platformer is Billy Bust Up.
It looks like it wants to be Crash Bandicoot.
It does.
Looks alright.
Yeah. What did you guys say?
B.
B tier?
A tier.
A tier?
B.
B,
I
yeah,
put it-
B. I
Vote
mean, I
B.
would bump it up to A tier because it has Jack Black in it, but what do I know?
I mean,
Okay,
Jack
A
Black's
tier.
always the one. A tier.
A tier.
And Jack Black sings in it, so it has to be A tier.
Jack Black's always one.
Yes!
PUBG.
I've played
the
more
fuck
PUBG than
tier.
I'd like to admit.
F
A tier
tier.
at least.
F tier. I
I'm
hate it.
sick of battle royales. Get the fuck out of here with that. Also, the Xbox.
Okay,
launch
hold
of
on.
I can't wait
PUBG.
for
Hold on.
guys.
God.
Hey, Vincent.
What?
Vincent, did
You
you
better
know
roll.
that Halo
You better
Infinite
roll.
will fail if it doesn't have a battle royale mode?
I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
Please do. You'd be
Genuinely.
granting me death.
Grant
Ratchet
him
and
death.
Clank.
Let
I'm
him
so
suffer
sick
in
of
his own
battle
Ratchet and
flesh
Clank
and
been
rot away.
canonically married for tax reasons.
What?
Ratchet and
What?
Clank, the two characters are canonically married for tax reasons.
I like
Don't
these
Google
two. Okay, hold on. Hey, I'm biased on this. I played Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper when I was little,
I've heard
and those
Ratchet
games
and
were
Clank
S
was really
tier.
good.
So I'd argue that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is also S tier, especially if it has the Rhino.
Have you played it?
No.
Rift Apart. Well, none of
I
us have
wish I
PlayStation
could.
5s.
I don't have a
It's only
PlayStation
on
5.
PS5.
I'm poor. But listen,
Not that I'm poor, it's just that I can't find one.
if it has a Rhino, it is automatically S tier.
Honestly,
Captain
the
Quark.
game looks really fun. Do I throw
I'd
it
give
S
them
tier?
Red Dead
S tier.
2.
S tier.
S tier.
S tier? For Ratchet
S
and Clank?
tier. Yes,
I mean,
please.
if Ricky's this hard line on it, then I'd give it. I'd give
I'm
it.
cool with that.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is S tier. Fuck you all.
I haven't played it.
I have S tier.
A tier at least.
A tier at least.
Okay. Red Dead Redemption
Please
2.
explain why it's S tier, because I don't know much about Red Dead.
It was pretty
characters-
culturally significant.
Characters and story are amazing. All the shit that you can do is amazing. Just the amount of unique ability, I usually don't praise tech in a game, like graphics and details and shit like that. But it's just so much in this game that it's insane. There are myths of this game that are still being busted to this day. To this day! That, and also that ending made me legitimately cry, so we're gonna have to go S tier.
Any objections?
I'm fine with it.
I know if Alex was here, he would put a gun to my head if I didn't put it in S tier, so I'll put it in S tier.
I'm gonna put a fucking
my
gun
own
to your head if
safety.
you don't put it in S tier.
What's the next game? Last of Us Part 1?
No,
No,
next
Resident
game
Evil
is
2.
Resident Evil 2.
I can
Resident Evil
vouch for this one. I've
Dawn.
played it. I can talk about
I've
it.
seen gameplay. It looks pretty spooky, man.
Resident Evil 2, I'm gonna go through it because I've played both A scenarios and B scenarios, so I have 100% it. I love this game. S tier, I don't know. High A tier, definitely.
So
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna explain myself. First of all, Dorky Leon is best Leon. I don't like the serious badass Leon that we got now. So I'm glad that this game returned to dorky rookie cop Leon. Also, Claire is hot as fuck in this game, so we're gonna have to give it points for that. Also, Mr. X can suck my dick. I fucking hate Mr. X. You know, George Romero in Call of the Dead?
Yeah, I was
It's
actually
literally
playing
that.
Call of the Dead before the
It's
stream.
literally that. He chases you the entire time you're in the police station, and as soon as you unlock him, like as soon as he comes through, as like you advance enough to the police station, he'll start. He is in the police station
horror.
It is
at
survival
all
horror. That is
times.
true.
As soon as Mr. X shows up, your heart rate will go through the roof. The second you make any noise around him, like if you shoot your gun at a zombie that you passed through previously, but you have to shoot him to get through, and you hear those fucking footsteps, pray.
I'm
Don't
actually gonna
even think about
defend
running, just
Mr.
fucking
X real
pray.
quick, because I feel like in a survival horror game that works much better than Call of Duty Zombies. Because when
Than
they
just
did
throwing
it
a
in
bunch of
Call the
zombies at
Dead,
you?
it was really fucking annoying. But here, it actually does its job and makes you
It's
dread.
terrifying.
Yeah. 'cause
You
it's a
are
horror
afraid
game.
to fight. It's not that you don't have the ammo. It's not that you don't want to waste the ammo. It's that if you use the ammo, you've got to deal with Mr. X. Because you will hear, if you play with good headphones like I did, and you hear those fucking footsteps somewhere in the police station, you know, run.
Straight up, run.
I played an hour of the game, and pretty much, it's one of the few games that was legitimately terrifying and like
Honestly.
stressful to play through.
Because
And not in the sense of like how like maybe like Night of the Living Dead is terrifying, or like a murder movie is terrifying.
Yeah.
No, it's just like a moment of like genuinely being afraid that you're going to die. It's like a suspense type fear.
That's the most
'Cause,
impactful kind of
like
fear.
with games like Elden Ring, like you've done, where you can just run past enemies, you can run past
Yeah.
enemies in Resident Evil 2. You can, but you have to go back. You have to go back through that police station and go back through those hallways like at least 5 times. You have to deal with that shit when you can. and there's only just enough ammo to get you through to kill all the zombies. You better pray to God you don't miss. You better pray to God that the RNG gods will smile upon you, because there are times where you can shoot zombies in the head, and like you shoot them 3 times in the head, and they'll slump over and they'll fall down the ground and not move, and then you'll go past them, and then when you come back like half an hour later, they'll still be on the ground, but the second you go past them, they will grab your leg, and it scares the shit out of you.
As it should.
So speaking of Resident Evil,
Lickers as well. Fuck Lickers.
Tall vampire lady is hot, and also the story was really
vampire
good.
Lady S tier.
I don't want to just put it in A tier of how sexy the vampire lady is. But honestly, the story is pretty good. The boss
A tier
fight
minimum.
is really good
A
for
tier
a
minimum.
Resident Evil
Also, I
game.
sent part for Chris Redfield.
S tier. I just put it up there as a joke.
I mean, if like honestly, I
it has a great storyline, good like world building and whatnot. Even Vampire Lady, despite all the jokes about
I love how
she looks real.
Tall booba lady.
I love
a boss fight.
Yeah, all of the area, like there's different areas with different bosses, and all the areas have different themes and ways of scaring you. Like
Heisenberg.
Heisenberg is just throwing a bunch of enemies at you. Lady Dimitrescu gets trying not to get seen. The doll girl, I forget her name. It's like Mariana or something. If you don't like being chased, you're gonna fucking hate it. Then there's the weird fish man. Yeah, that one's just body horror. If you're squeamish,
and
it's
every
terrifying.
single boss is so
it's a different kind of horror
and different. And then the twist at the end is so well done. The game is very well made. I like it all.
Tearjerker ending. Do you think?
It's
actually, I feel like
would you look at that?
S tier, because this one is so different. In like, if you don't like one area, you're still gonna like at least 2 other areas.
That is true, yeah.
Because every area has like a different form of horror. Like with Heisenberg, it's like having a bunch of enemies coming at you at once horror. Heisenberg body horror. Mariana, I keep forgetting her name, the ventriloquist girl, it's chase horror. The Lady Dimitrescu, it's hide and seek horror.
And I think another thing the game does very well is all of the bosses are really relatable in a way, like not in the sense of just like you don't want to kill them, but in the sense of like
they're actual characters and not just
like Lady
Dimitrescu.
Her like she just cares about her daughters, and like when you kill her daughters, you can feel her pain and her rage at that, and that is actually very compelling for a villain. Because like you had to kill them, you had no other choice, but it was still very compelling from a villain. Heisenberg has his own motives. The guy,
Fishman, I just feel bad for.
He would be your ally if it weren't for situation.
Also, I love that Heisenberg acknowledges Resident Evil 5 and calls Chris boulder punching asshole.
Oh my god. That terrifies me though, because that implies he's listening to all electromagnetic frequencies. Something like that. I forget what the theory was.
I love the way I love how he calls Dimitrescu Lady Supersize. He says bitch weird, and also Chris's daddy, and I would let Chris have all of my babies.
Okay, can I move on to Sekiro?
Sekiro is a Soulsborne.
It's a Souls game. It's a
It's one of the only ones I haven't played any of.
You have Vincent. Yeah. You have a grappling hook in the game. A tier.
Okay, A tier.
Yeah, I heard grappling hook. It's already going right up there.
Anyone played Shadow Mortar?
I have. Yes.
Go ahead.
Holy shit! It's a very good game. It is like a very good combination of like stealth Assassin's Creed level gameplay, very dynamic combat. You can ride a fucking like monster beast thing. You can ride several of them, in fact. You get to build your abilities. It is so fun, very dynamic, and it writes the story in such an interesting way that it makes you feel like this really good hero without disrupting any of the stuff that happened in the Lord of the Rings movies.
So for that, I give it an A tier. I had a lot of fun with it, but it doesn't have much replayability.
It's always the replayability. Spider-Man PS4 is S tier. I don't care what any of you say.
S tier.
It is.
I haven't even played it, and I can tell you S tier.
An Arkham game with a Spider-Man story attached to it is the best way I can describe it.
If you guys like Spider-Man PS4, don't watch the Game Grumps because it's just Aaron being a dickhead and criticizing the game.
I struggle to watch Let's Plays and playthroughs. For the same reason that watching Vincent play Skyrim for the first time made me want to jump off a bridge. And I'm sure it's the same reason Vincent didn't watching me play. It's just watching the people.
Oh, you were cringing when I first played Skyrim. Oh, do I have a video for you?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna.
Don't ever watch DSP. I tried watching Dark Side Phil's This Is How You Don't Play Dark Souls, and it made my fucking blood boil.
It's just watching someone be terrible in the game and just fuck around instead of actually trying to play the game is so infuriating.
But it's that, but he's also actively insulting it and saying, "Oh, you're an idiot if you like this game."
Anyway, the next 3 games are Mario games? Is that what I'm saying? No, the next
Mario, Smash Bros.
Okay.
It's all
C tier for 2 of them.
Super Mario Maker. Anyone have anything to say? I don't.
It's
Mario game.
It's
C or B.
Unity made Mario levels.
C tier.
Okay, B.
I'd say B.
C.
Tier.
Why
Super
C?
Mario Odyssey
Explain
actually.
why C.
Mario Odyssey. Do you guys like paying $60 for a game that came out 6 years ago?
It's still $60.
It's Nintendo. What do you expect? Nintendo never priced my games below $60. Nintendo. It's still $60.
There's no fucking way.
It's still $60.
It's actually $50 at Walmart.
At Walmart.
At Walmart.
Probably on sale.
Oh, there it is.
Nintendo's
games
games.
$60. Yeah, it's still full price.
All of their games are.
That's some bullshit.
But I mean, from what I've heard, it seems to be a pretty fun game.
But I've also heard that it's just a good Mario game.
Yeah,
like nothing.
Like I'd sooner play Mario Galaxy.
Like I doubt you're gonna get anything new from the experience, so I put it in a B tier.
Yeah, I'd say B.
It's just a good Mario game. Smash Bros. Ultimate. I haven't played any other Smash games.
I played a little bit of Smash Bros. Ultimate. I had fun. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I had fun.
I think that's even if you don't know what you're doing, if you're playing competitively, you're gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
Just from picking whether you're goofing off with your friends, just bullshitting. Like me, when I play, I main Captain Falcon. If I'm just fucking around with my friends, I do nothing but Falcon Punch, just so my friends can laugh and constantly hear Falcon, 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 Falcon. And
I actively choose the most random and dumbest characters I can find in these games, just so I can meme.
And also, it's so culturally significant.
Yeah.
Like, I would be surprised if they ever released another Smash Bros. Game again.
Minecraft Steve is in this game.
Yeah,
you can be Sans from Undertale.
Honestly, you could.
You can be Doom Guy.
You can be Doom Guy and play with Isabella as a teammate. It's S tier,
baby. The only reason I put it in A tier, they still haven't put Waluigi in the game.
Okay.
Okay, I can talk about Breath of the Wild. I can actually talk about Breath of the Wild because I've beaten the game.
I've played 15 minutes of it.
I've beaten it, so I can say the most. Okay, my turn. Breath of the Wild. Fun as fuck. Fun as fuck. My problems with Breath of the Wild. Anytime you have to use motion controls, because Nintendo. Those motion control buttons.
Nintendo game forces you to do motion control bullshit.
Yeah, it's mostly the shrines. I love that it kicks your ass with certain things to where it makes you feel like you gotta get better. I do love beating shrines just for beating shrines.
Would you say
I love
the Dark
story
Souls of Zelda games?
Shut the fuck up. So I love my biggest problems with Breath of the Wild. Weapon durability. The reuse of enemies just with a separate color.
That's a problem in a lot of video games.
Yeah,
but
that's a lot
still
of video games.
that's
That
still
doesn't
a fair
even faze
problem.
me anymore.
You don't get a lot of time to mourn the dead. It's kind of just, oh, here's a character, they're already dead. And oh, you want to care about them? Well, here's the thing. All 4 Divine Beast cutscenes boil down to the same thing. I am character that was made to assist you with my Divine Beast, but Ganon corrupted my Divine Beast, so now you must unlock my Divine Beast. So then you do it, and then you get a ghost that just says, hi, and I miss you, and then they say, I will assist you, and you get my powers now. That's every Divine Beast boiled down to. I can understand why they did it, because, like, some people don't even complete the Divine Beast before going to Ganon. Some people only beat 1. I felt the need to do all 4. The amount of exploration, though, fucking wow. Amount of shit you can just fuck around and do is just insane. I would give it high A. Almost S, but not complete S.
The thing with Zelda games for me is just that something about them just turns me off. Like, I don't care.
Are you not a fantasy guy?
I mean, apparently I am, because I fucking love Elden Ring. I'm having the time of my life with Dungeons and Dragons. Like, fantasy doesn't seem to be the issue. I think it's just, like, the overall, like, general premise of Zelda.
I will say,
silly to you.
Zelda is very much either you're into it or you're not. It seems to be a very hit or miss, because, like,
unless
I've
you're
met
Aaron
very
Hansen.
few people who are in the middle of Zelda. It seems like most people are literally like, either I have played every Zelda game and I have an opinion on the timeline, or yeah, I've played like a Zelda game. It wasn't really my thing. I played Twilight Princess, and it's just feels so eh. It just feels eh.
Okay. Can I say something real quick about that? I feel like the thing that turns a lot of people off is that the thing about Zelda games is that there is a Zelda game for everyone. It's just that you have to find
that they just didn't play the right Zelda game?
Yes.
I've played 3 of them, and none of them clicked with me.
Some people love Skyward Sword. A lot of people hate Skyward Sword. Some people love Ocarina of Time. A lot of people hate Ocarina of Time. Some people love Twilight Princess. Some people hate it. Some people love Majora's Mask. A lot of people love Majora's Mask, but
I can respect Majora's Mask just for how fucking dark it is in a series that, from my understanding, it just avoids darkness.
I wouldn't hate you if you told me your favorite game was Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. I wouldn't fault you for that. Although I would say it's okay to be wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
Because Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link is the most out there Zelda game. But again, there is a Zelda game for everyone. If you haven't played a good Zelda game, I'm an optimist when it comes to video games. It just means you haven't found the right Zelda game.
I'm putting it in B tier just because of how hit or miss Zelda is as a whole.
That's the thing. Same thing could be said for Sonic, actually.
Considering the fact that it's the only one on here, I feel like we're kind of ranking the Zelda franchise as a whole, which is fair.
Yeah.
The thing about Zelda is, like, if you condense all the lore, all the story, it's a very interesting concept of a story and a lot of interesting things going on with, like, concepts of reincarnation and, like, with light and dark and
different
fairies
timelines.
And stuff. And timelines.
Skyward Sword is the first in the series and explains why Zelda and Link exist in so many reincarnations, and same with Ganondorf. The reason is kind of stupid. It's that so-and-so wanted control, so he summons the God Demise. The God Demise is like precursor of Ganondorf, and Link beats him, and then he puts a curse on you and Zelda and says, as long as a reincarnation or descendants of you exist, a version of me will be there too.
Yeah, and that's
what the fuck you just said, but I was thinking this over.
It's basically
From
a
my
curse.
Understanding, other than like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, Breath of the Wild is probably the most celebrated Zelda game out there. It has the most cultural impact.
It exists in all the timelines and that's bullshit, but we don't need to think about that anymore.
Has anyone played Outer Worlds?
No, but it looks like a C tier game. I'm gonna be completely honest.
It's B tier from story perspective.
I spent a lot of time on it.
I reviewed everything about it.
The gameplay is good. The story has a lot of good possibilities. It's just poorly executed, and that's its main issue. It is a like, you could tell it could have been like, honestly, like, Game of the Year winner. It just didn't execute it fully. For instance, I took a lot of the story concepts and integrated them into a lot of the lore that I've written for assorted games because it just worked so well. But
it's poorly executed.
It just executed great. So C tier is great ranking, honestly.
I was about to say,
what is next?
From what I know about it and from what I've seen, it looked C tier.
Okay, Titanfall 2
was nominated.
S.
I don't know if I would put it in S.
Make a Titanfall 3.
I have no idea.
Titanfall 3.
All I know is robot.
Christ. Oh yeah, they made you care for a robot. If any game that makes you care for a robot is doing something right.
That's why I love Rogue One. That's why I love Rogue One, and I'll fight anyone that hates Rogue One.
Because I like the campaign. The campaign was really cool. But I think the campaign is just completely overshadowed by the mission effect and cause.
The next one is Last of Us Part 2. Y'all can have fun.
We are going to get to that after I finish talking about Titanfall.
Just me saying Last of Us 2 made Ricky leave.
Wait, did it really? Oh, damn.
All I did was say
we will
Last
get to
of Us 2 and Ricky just left.
Let me finish talking about Titanfall 2. I think the multiplayer's alright. I didn't play it too much. It seemed okay, which is why I'm not putting it in S tier. Campaign is really solid, and it's overshadowed by that one amazing mission. Fucking love the time travel mission. It's so creative and fun.
Any property that can successfully use time travel is automatically amazing for me because it's so easy to fuck up time travel. That's why I hate Sonic 06.
And also, I got sad that a robot died. Good job, game.
That's how I felt with K2SO and Rogue One.
Protocol 3,
Rest in peace, my boy.
Games that successfully make you sad deserve, like if a game makes you sad, that's automatically at least B tier. Because that is, that's just...
If you do that with a robot? A tier, my guy.
Last of Us Part 2, y'all can have fun fighting.
So...
I don't even want to talk about this game.
Okay.
In my mind, it goes C tier, but the main character is voiced by a D&D nerd, so B tier.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say about Last of Us 2. This is the only thing I'm going to say. Well, I have two things to say. First of all, why would you kill Joel? My problem is that it makes you feel bad for killing people, but it punishes you for not killing people. That is so fucking stupid.
It's
literally, people will get on their knees and plead for you not to shoot them and say, please let me go, and you let them go and they shoot you in the back. That's so fucking stupid.
That's the point. The point of the game is it's not easy being a good person. The point of the game is it is so much easier to be a terrible person, to kill them. It's safer. The point is being good is not easy. Being good is not making the easy choice. It's not making the safe choice. It's doing what's right.
Yeah, but I hate that.
It doesn't help you.
But I hate that it actively punishes you for doing something that you're supposed to do. Like, it doesn't give you the option to fix it.
From what I've heard, Last of Us Part 2, in terms of story, just kind of shits in the face of Part 1.
Another thing that I hate about this game, this thing is so... I
have heard very poor reviews.
Internet historian said this game made Internet Historian break character. Also, Internet Historian said during his playthrough of this game the exact same thing I said while I was watching Cloverfield Paradox, a famous movie that I've given a 2 out of 10. And the thing that he said and I said both at the same time in terms of characters is, quote, I don't care what happens to any of these characters. Any property that has made me say that is automatically an F tier.
Damn.
F tier.
That's why I gave Cloverfield Paradox a 2 out of 10, because I genuinely didn't know anybody and didn't care what happened to them.
I haven't played it, but everyone I know personally on a close level who has played it enjoyed it. It had the shoes it had to fill after part 1 were too big,
and then immediately killing Joel.
And it fell over completely.
It had to fill for big enough as it was, but then they just went and said, you know what? Give me those size 40 clown shoes.
Uncharted.
C,
I guess. I don't know.
Has anyone played Uncharted?
Nope.
No.
Uncharted tends to be pretty good.
Witcher
C
3.
at worst.
I'll put it in B. Why not? I'm feeling nice.
Witcher 3 A or S? Witcher, it's A or higher. It is
S.
Ooh, S tier. It's like, have you played it, Vincent?
No.
It's okay. It's a fantasy RPG.
I know what it is.
It's a lot of cool magic stuff. It's like it's a lot of like potion brewing and choosing. Fight. Kind of similar to Dark Souls in some of the gameplay mechanics and layout, but it's a lot
dodging and
a lot easier.
It's not as difficult by a mile.
The storyline is really good. There's multiple endings. The voice acting is really good. It actually, like, a lot of the stories, for instance, you have 2 choices for romantic love interests. There's a lot of characters that you can fuck. By the way, there's sex in the game, and there's 2 main
automatic S.
Automatic S tier. S for sex tier.
There's 2 main like romantic paths you can take, and if you try to do both of them, the game punishes you for it instead of just letting you be an asshole about it. And I think that's really cool. And also, it's a pretty cool mythos.
And also the Netflix adaptation that cast
Henry Cavill loves it. So
that's why Connor loves it.
No, fucking Superman loves it, dude. Like, I'm not gonna argue with that guy.
Also, I played The Witcher 3 before the show came out. Fuck you.
Dude, Henry Cavill
I liked the animated movie better than the show.
Books.
I actually
played Witcher 3, didn't play the other Witcher games, didn't play the other
Wait, he
Witcher
only played the 3rd one?
Well, he started with the 3rd one, and then he played the other 2.
He went back.
Then he read the books, and then he forced himself into the casting of the main character and then Netflix adaptation. And then, when they weren't sticking to the book source material enough, he fucking pieced out. Because he's a Chad and I love him.
Oh, let's not forget the fact that he almost missed out on being Superman because he was playing World of Warcraft.
Also, real quick,
What a legend.
Hot take, I think that the animated movie is better than the show.
This man has too much power. This man has too much power.
I didn't even know there was an animated movie.
It's on Netflix
God
as
of War
well.
Ragnarok, given an A tier just because if it's as good as God of War, I'm sure it's great.
You can pet the dog. You can pet the dog, though.
You can pet a dog? Okay, S tier.
You can
I've
pet
heard
dog,
great
you
things
can also
about this game.
pile
It
drive
won the
dog.
most awards of the game year. I'm just gonna go off of that.
What the fuck is this next one?
Plague Tale Requiem.
Oh, Plague Tale Requiem.
Y'all have fun with that.
I'm pretty sure it's like one of those like story-based games. Oh, it's an action survival.
Oh,
that game.
I actually like that one. It was like C tier at worst.
C tier at worst.
C tier at worst.
Oh,
at worst.
At worst.
I thought you said C tier or worse.
Yes, I really like this one. C tier or worse.
I know the animation and the art style is really good.
Gameplay overview trailer. I'm not seeing much gameplay. Oh, there's gameplay.
You actually have some choices in this
so-
game, and it's pretty cool.
I'm gonna be honest, it looks like every other PlayStation exclusive story game.
Yeah.
Let's be honest
This
here.
looks like Dishonored.
Sony has a lot of
Rap,
games that
that's
are
cool as
very
hell.
similar.
Guys, this literally looks like it's just Dishonored.
I'd give it a C tier. It looks
Nah,
fun, but
it does look cool.
Dark
I'd give it a C
Vision,
tier, but it
Summoning
doesn't look
Rocks,
like it's doing anything.
Crossbow.
I'll give it C tier.
Health.
We'll go C tier.
I'm getting a lot of Dishonored vibes.
We'll go C. I don't care what any of you say. Stray is S
Stray's
tier.
S tier. Stray's S tier. Moving on.
S tier for Stray. This is the Stray tier. But yeah, Stray. The fact that an indie game was that good is impressive.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Anybody play it?
F.
Anybody
I
play
know
it?
nothing about it. I'm just putting in F.
It's an anime JRPG. My friend Josh, who's a weeb, loves the game like unforgivingly, and from what I know, it's a decent game. It has some cool combat stuff. D for decent.
D for decent. And then the new Horizon game, I know nothing about it.
I haven't played Forbidden West yet, but I'd assume just put it a tier below Zero Dawn to put it in B tier, just because like I'm assuming it's at least somewhat as good.
I'll just put it the same tier as the other one. If it, let me see what Google reviews have to say. Just quick Google search.
Okay, let's, for context on this, everyone say what some of your favorite games ever are. Just like 3 or 4. 3 or 4. If that's all you can think of, you're good. Just so people can get a vibe of what kind of games we like, so they can understand context for this, I guess.
Halo, strangely enough, but it doesn't really fit in my top 5. It's like if you look at all of my top 5 games of all time, Halo is an odd one out for sure. Oh, Shadow of Mordor is definitely probably one of my favorites.
Same with Vincent and Ori.
I fucking love the Ori games, but the most.
So say 3 or 4 of your favorite games of all time.
3 or 4 of my favorites. Halo. Pick any of them other than 5. It doesn't matter. The Ori games, obviously. Surprisingly, Elden Ring has just skyrocketed up there.
I might try to get you to play Dark Souls 3 to see
Star Wars Complete Saga. That one's just nostalgia. I'm sorry.
Have you played Dark Souls 3, Connor?
I have, and I haven't.
What's your weapon of choice?
I go Sword and Shield.
I two-handed Uji Katana, the one that you get from the master at the Firelink Shrine that you kill him.
I either do the sword and the shield, or I just magic from far away.
Magic.
Okay. Also, Siegfried is one of the best NPCs in Dark Souls 3, and I'll fight anyone that says otherwise. He's in a pickle.
I'm curious to try to get Vincent to play Dark Souls 3. Just so see how he likes it compared to Elden Ring, just to see if there's something about Elden Ring that's just
okay.
I think Elden Ring just has that charm.
I'll say 4 of my favorites.
Also, run away from fights you can't win.
4 of my favorites, off the top of my head, of course, Dark Souls 1. Mirror's Edge. Fucking love Mirror's Edge so much. I don't like Catalyst that much. Batman Arkham City, probably. I feel like that one's the most tightly wound.
Arkham
and
my favorites. I forgot about that.
Shit, what was the last one? And Dishonored.
Isn't Dishonored the like
strategic
melee fighting game? I don't know.
That one's
the stabby stealthy game. Yes.
Yeah.
The one where you can, but also you get punished for killing.
Sorry. That one's just the strength.
You get the best.
Oh shit! Wait, Ryan, when the hell did you get here?
Just now. I'm playing the real game of the year right now. So
what
hardest
right now?
God of War Ragnarok.
Fuck you, Elden Ring won.
Elden Ring.
No, it only won because it made a bigger cultural impact because God of War had 2 weeks.
Congratulations! That's what Game of the Year is.
Yeah, because it had 2 fucking weeks.
Anyway, as I was saying about
most awards overall.
We should treat
Game in a month of the GOTY Awards should be counted for the next year.
No. We should just do what the Oscars do, the Emmys and Oscars, and wait until the next year to host them.
Yeah, why don't they do that? That's so weird.
Well, okay, I have a controversial take for that. That's also why I hate that 1917 was even nominated when it literally came out like a week before, in America at least, it came out literally a week before the Oscars were held, and also it technically didn't get a wide release until January of next year. I don't fucking count it as a 2019 film.
Well,
I'm going to go to sleep now. It was great.
Now, I was gonna say about Dishonored before
so that by that logic, by that logic, then we can't have like any PlayStation exclusive game as Game of the Year because it's never going to released on every other console.
Well, actually,
I didn't mean why. I didn't mean it like that. I meant like get a wide release everywhere, like in America. Like there's still
like
regional
release.
releases.
They're gonna get a wide release everywhere, like on Xbox.
I meant like dates,
location.
not as. I meant dates, like in terms of location. Like games are still released at regionally different times.
Do you understand how few games would make it to Game of the Year if we justified it by that? Like,
and we only allowed multi-platform games.
That would.
Like, Halo never gets Game of the Year.
Halo wouldn't get Game
God
of the Year.
Well, Halo never gets Game of the Year in general.
So many games would just be out of the run. Every Nintendo game would be out of the fucking running automatically if that was the case.
I understand why like people think
PC exclusive games never get a.
Well, okay, so I have put
and more enjoyable.
Trickle the amount of hours into. I put like over, I want to say 250 hours into Elden Ring. I'm only what? Hang on, let me save real quick so I can see. 36 hours, 40 minutes exactly into God of War Ragnarok, and I still think it's the best game of 2022.
Okay.
I mean,
that's your preference. Game of the Year isn't based off like niche preferences. It's based off generally what's a better game. Elden Ring is something that's enjoyed.
I would argue that Elden Ring is far more niche than God of War.
Yeah, Elden Ring is more niche than God of War.
God of War has such a easier.
Especially considering the fact that if you didn't play the first God of War, then Ragnarok is immediately sequels already.
Your ass kicked by the Tree Sentinel.
Multi-million
copies just sitting here,
God of War,
waiting to talk about Dishonored.
Why? Dishonored's not even on this list.
I was about to say, why were we trying to talk about Dishonored?
Because we got to talk about our favorite games, and then you asked what Dishonored is, and I was going to explain it to you. And then just someone interrupted me about God of War.
Game. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I was going to explain it to you. I wasn't going to take 10 minutes. I was just going to say it's a game that rewards you for being more strategic and being more stealthy. You don't get
it rewards me by playing less of it if I just kill shit faster.
Okay, I was thinking of a completely different game.
No, it's the one you're thinking of.
No,
I love that game.
I was thinking of
God of War Ragnarok's been out for like a month at this point. I knew more about Elden Ring a month after release.
I'll send you a video,
yeah.
Vincent. I'll DM you a video that is why
I've been actively avoiding
it's like a
regarding Ragnarok, so
like you can take 2 hours on a level of going sneakily past everyone, but then there's a video that just shows epic high chaos video where it's like 2 minutes of just slaughtering everyone in the most badass way possible, like throwing heads to throwing another guard's head in a different direction to get another guard's attention, and then doing a 360 no scope and just like slitting his throat. It's just the most badass shit ever. And you can play it like that, but you can also just play it and not attract anyone, and that's why I love it.
Guys, I think we all know what the true game of the year for 2022 was. It was obvious.
Sonic Frontiers.
It was clearly Stray.
Stray.
No, it was Genshin Impact.
Drive
you with in-game currency.
Hot take. Stray literally did nothing for me. I didn't even complete it. Played it day one. Played it day one, and it was literally just cat walking simulator.
I mean,
okay,
yeah.
That's
that is all it is, and it's gonna work.
There's one thing that we can all agree on is that Genshin Impact should have been disqualified from Player's Choice because literally the devs bribed players with in-game currency to vote for it. Does that not count as voter fraud?
Well, every game does that.
It's in-game currency, so it's not really bribery.
Every live service game did that to a certain extent.
Like a lot of games, it's the same as like, hey, vote for me, get a pin.
It's not quite as big of an example, but quite often for like Google Play's Player Choice Award for like mobile games and shit like that.
Yeah.
They will set vote goals and get rewards for passing certain votes.
Let's say the Oscars do that. The Oscars just will pay for your consideration money. We'll pay you to watch our movie.
Either way, I'm happy with this list.
I feel like we've done the best we could with this list.
I mean, especially considering that, like...
We didn't play half of these.
Yeah, we didn't play half of these, and also S tier is the largest list out of all of them.
Wait. So I wasn't here for a good chunk of this, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is, like, Hearthstone and, Assassin's Creed Odyssey so low?
Ask Connor why Assassin's Creed Odyssey isn't.
Hearthstone literally has no story. It's just a card game.
Microtransaction.
Hearthstone has loads of story. What the fuck?
Yeah, all I heard was Hearthstone was a card game, and I threw it in F tier. I didn't even give it a second thought.
A mobile card game.
It is not even.
It is not a mobile card game. It's just not a mobile port. It's a normal fucking console and PC game.
It's PC.
Digital collectible card game. That is the first thing that pops up when I look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna leave before this gets out of hand because I don't want to get yelled at again.
If you do not want to play,
if you don't like card games, you're not gonna like a fucking card game. Obviously.
Well, this is Vincent's stream, and Vincent doesn't like card games, so he put it in F. There you go.
I knew nothing about this game. I heard, I think someone in chat even said F tier. Did chat say
it's a bad? Yeah, it's a bad.
Hearthstone is mediocre at best. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Perhaps I was too harsh.
No,
it should definitely be a separate. It should definitely be a separate tier
on that list. It is like I would rather play pretty much every game on that list except Hearthstone.
There you go. We're not talking about Hearthstone in general. We are talking about Hearthstone in comparison to these games.
Yeah, considering the fact that this is.
Well, I would much rather play Hearthstone than Stray. Honestly, at least Hearthstone. I will feel something. Stray literally made me feel like literal nothing. I just played it to past.
Well, you're a soulless person who finds no joy in cats. That's your problem.
Well, I like cats. I love cats.
Man had a pet cat.
Anything when the cat snuggles up against the other cat. If you don't feel anything, then I don't know what to tell you. Because Vincent felt.
To be fair, those cats at the beginning looked like dead-eyed when they were just looking at their friend.
Yeah, the cats.
They looked so uninterested.
If I wanted to play a cat game, I would just go to my DS and play Nintendo Cats. Or whatever the fuck it was called, the Nintendo Cat game.
Yeah, I kind of want to leave before this gets out of hand because I don't want to get yelled at like another certain stream that I don't want to talk about.
Anyway, Hearthstone, I'm sure there are a lot of people who like it, but in comparison to every other game on this list, it just has
the fact that Vincent doesn't like card games.
Also, my main question though is Assassin's Creed Odyssey? That low?
Why did we rank that so low? I don't remember.
Connor, explain why you hate new Assassin's Creed. Okay. Connor, go ahead.
Here's the thing about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Pay to win. The story does not really fit in any other... Let me finish. It's pay to win. It doesn't fit in the storyline of most other Assassin's Creed games.
At this point, I don't think any of them do.
Assassin's Creed, because, they're not the assassins. They're a whole different other thing. You're a demigod. It doesn't follow the established lore with the Templars and the Assassins. We spent 15 years building. It just sort of ignores that and doesn't care about it. It's a fine game. It's if you take the Assassin's Creed label off it, it's just a fantasy RPG. And
this is why I said Connor, go ahead.
Yeah, they just restarted or soft rebooted it with Origins, and so it's fine. Like in my opinion, it's just they soft rebooted it.
That's why I
It's
said
like
Connor go ahead, because I knew Connor had more to say than either of us.
And it's also the problem of Ubisoft with the whole,
Well, yeah, I agree with.
Pay for
I
the
agree with.
Pay to level up.
Yeah, but it's a single player fucking game. Just grind for 5 minutes.
No,
you shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to. And also, it's not just
in an Assassin's Creed game. You shouldn't have to grind.
Exceptionally skilled at the game, you're going to spend hours upon hours grinding just to get to the next level in the main mission. You know how you're supposed to be able to play an Elden Ring? I mean, not an Elden Ring. Sorry, I was thinking about an actually good way of how to build grinding and progression-based games. Assassin's Creed, you should be able to beat without doing any side quests. That's how every other Assassin's Creed game has worked.
You literally have to be a certain level just to access a level.
Honestly, no, you don't. You can't get to do that. Not Ragnarok. Valhalla, you also don't get to do that. Origins was good, and then
Valhalla, I definitely agree. Valhalla was garbage, but Odyssey I really enjoyed.
And I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since 3, so don't ask my opinion.
But like, it's just not. I just don't think it was that fun. It was just the most.
Don't see it. I don't see a lot of the grind aspect you're talking about.
The only ones that don't look at me. The only Assassin's Creed games I've played all the way through are 2, Brotherhood, and 3.
Okay, there's no fucking way that guy beat the game in 16 hours. No goddamn way.
But it's probably
pay to win. Pay to win. Probably paid a lot.
No, I know in a lot of games that have that.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the art style looks great, and the combat does look good. It's just
no, the combat is actually atrocious.
The combat's atrocious. Oh, okay.
It's.
There's the deal breaker. Combat's atrocious, you say?
Don't look at me.
It's passable. I just don't think it deserves F tier.
Don't. Also, I feel like y'all can't.
I'll take it. I bump it up to C at most, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I'd say. Wait.
Also,
so is there an E tier or is it just?
There's no E tier. It's D or F.
Okay, so then yeah, C.
C tier.
Low C. Bottom C.
Okay. Also, I feel like y'all can't take my opinion on Resident Evil seriously, considering I'm an avid.
I am literally the biggest Resident Evil fanboy of all time.
Well, also, y'all can't take my opinion on it because I am an avid Resident Evil 6 defender.
I also am an avid Resident Evil 6 lover.
I think Resident Evil 6 is a good Resident Evil game? No. Do I think Resident Evil 6
is that the Halo 5 of Resident Evil?
Yeah. Is it still fun? Is it still fun? Fuck yes, it is. Is it a good Resident Evil game? No.
Alright, so Vincent, quick explanation of how Resident Evil thing works.
Bloated.
1 through 3 are isometric fuck
fixed camera angles.
Hero. Yeah, fuck, there's an enemy. How the fuck am I gonna do it?
Yeah.
4 turns
tracking.
Into fuck, there's a whole lot of enemies. How the hell am I gonna kill them all with this amount of ammo?
6 was just an action game, I'm guessing?
5 starts the descent into I'm a fucking action badass. Let me punch this boulder real quick.
So to say, yeah.
6 is a straight 6. You end up nuking Beijing, China,
with a zombie virus.
I just love out of context. Just like in Resident Evil 6, you end up nuking Beijing
with a zombie virus, not with an actual bomb. With a cloud bomb.
I think there is actually a nuke as well involved. I don't know. It's been a minute.
I believe. I just remember the missile. I just remember the missile flying over. No, yeah, because I remember it flies over and then the atoms connect and then the gas spreads throughout Beijing and then there's zombies everywhere.
Boy, do I love zombies.
Then 7 and 8 are just Outlast.
It's just Outlast.
8 took a little bit. 7 took a little bit more from 1 and 2. 8 took more from 4.
I haven't played 8.
I've played the demo and I've seen
Sexy vampire lady.
I haven't played 8. Mainly
Big lady.
I just heard
Wow,
it was
big
kind of
lady. Wow, big lady. Step on me.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I heard about.
Yeah, all I heard about Resident Evil 8 was just Lady Dimstro, whatever.
Yeah, and then I immediately heard that she just isn't actually the main focus of the game, despite being the main focus of the marketing. So
yeah, because I think Resident Evil knew what they were doing. It's just like
they knew exactly what they were doing.
Well, the same way in Resident Evil 7. Well, the same way in Resident Evil 7, they hyped up Jack to be the main threat when you kill him, and he doesn't come back.
That's kind of like something that a lot of games do. For instance, Atriox for Halo Infinite.
Oh my god,
yeah.
That opening cutscene with Atriox.
When you killed Jack about an hour and a half into the game.
Literally, it's just like, how do we establish that Atriox is a badass to people who didn't play Halo Wars 2? Have him be the Master Chief.
That's how I felt about how do you make Raiden a badass for Resident Evil, for Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Have him split a Metal Gear Ray unit down the middle and then throw it across whatever city you were in. I think it was London.
Just anytime that Rules of Nature song just starts blaring.
Just have Rules of Nature play in the background and have him cut a Metal Gear Ray unit down the middle, and immediately it's just like, oh, I misjudged this guy poorly from Metal Gear Solid 2. I didn't know he was a huge giant cybernetic
badass. This man's a badass.
So I think what we've established today is that video games are subjective, art is subjective, and what can be one person's S tier game of the year can be another person's C tier didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Oh, you didn't get Riley's answer to what are 3 or 4 of your favorite games ever?
That's really hard for me to answer, considering how I have multiple games with multiple thousands of hours in them, and they are not games that should have thousands of hours in them.
How I feel about Resident Evil 6 because I have like 60 hours
I have a PS2 save file that has reached capacity on Resident Evil 4.
Oh, God.
It has 99 hours, 999 minutes, or 99 hours, 99 minutes, 99 seconds, I believe. That's what it caps at. It's all nines. That's basically what I'm saying.
Holy hell!
I have like 50-something hours in Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
I have too many hours.
I say my favorite game of all time I've ever had the most fun playing is probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a great game. Yeah. Heard about it. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I heard that. That's a pretty great game right there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay, Riley. Honestly, can you not think of one?
Well, I can give a couple answers, but they're not that.
Vincent, what's your favorite game? Vincent, what's your favorite game?
Deep Rock Galactic is up there recently.
Okay.
Overwatch, probably.
Whoa. Okay. Proof that that right there is proof enough that the whole what this year is another man's D tier.
Average Overwatch enjoyer.
Oh yeah, it's a shitty game. I just enjoy playing it.
Fair enough.
True.
I mean, that's the Star Wars prequels for me. I know they're shit,
that's
but
Dark Souls 1 for me. I know it. I know a lot of people hate it, and I know it's so fucking difficult, but I love playing it.
My favorite game is literally just like, wow, this game is so terrible. I love it.
Wow, this game
That's you
is
and the Dragon Stomp.
Yo, no. You know the game I definitely... Okay, hot take. The best video game soundtrack of all time is Crash Bandicoot Twin Sanity.
I don't doubt that. I honestly don't doubt that.
I was expecting to hear out of your mouth, Crash Bandicoot was not one of them.
Okay, Crash Bandicoot Twin Sanity has a soundtrack almost entirely composed of human voices. It imitates electric guitar riffs with human voices.
That's the most Crash Bandicoot shit I've heard in my life.
Just had to say, I do love Mega Man X's soundtrack, even though I don't really like Mega Man.
I know you can't right now.
Right.
Look, everybody else, look up the Crash Bandicoot Mecha Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot Twin Sandy Mecha Bandicoot fight theme.
Mecha Bandicoot fight. I'm pulling it up in a separate tab. Crash Bandicoot.
Twin Sanity.
Twin.
Yeah, so what we've established today is that one man's
First
S tier
boss?
is another man's B tier. Video games are subjective, and
Here we go. Crash Twin Sanity soundtrack Mecha Bandicoot. Let me look at
Mecha
this.
Bandicoot. There we go. I'm pulling it up so I can listen to it when the stream's over. Actually, should we end the stream there? I feel like we're done.
in the stream. We've been going for over 2 hours.
Oh, fucking hell. I feel pretty confident about this list.
These are all human voices.
Not all of it, but a good chunk of the entire soundtrack is.
Okay. Do you guys have any final words before I end this off?
I'm no longer a pathetic subset. I'm James Lupus. Get it right.
Okay.
Games is objective. You like what you like. Don't let anyone make you feel bad because of what you like playing.
And don't attack us for not liking your favorite game ever. Don't attack us for not liking PUBG.
I'm sorry, Hearthstone enjoyers. I just don't like card games unless it's, you know, a literal card
motorcycle.
What? What?
That's a reference. Card games on motorcycles.
Card games on motorcycles.
Are you using referential humor?
Yes.
Referential humor in my stream?
Actually,
Marvel movies be like.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore, I'm gonna be honest.
Shit, where's the...
Anyways, if you all enjoyed, as always, leave it at stay undead, friends. I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.